Hello. So this video is appropriately titled, and the main reason why I'm doing this is because I just can't understand why teams don't do this. So the video is titled How to Stop Antony dos Santos. Now you might be wondering, are you do you hate him because he's a Man United player and he's doing well at Real Betis? No, not at all, because I hope he does well. I hope he does well so that he can be sold permanently either to Real or somebody else. And but what I don't get is why it's working in Spain and it's not working with Man United. Is it a Man United problem, or is it easier in La Liga that other teams cannot defend him? I just don't know, because what I see, again, no hate, what I see is a guy with just one foot, which is his left foot. Now, I'll ask you, and the reason this whole video came about is because I saw that he scored a goal again today. And just do this thought experiment. Just wonder, how did he score his goal? How do you think he scored it? And I'm pretty sure you would have been able to imagine how he scored his goal, because that's the only way he scores goals most of the time. There are some exceptions, and I'll discuss those exceptions as well. But for the most part, all his goals are very similar. So he plays as a right winger. He played as a right winger at Man United, and now he's playing as a right winger at Real Betis. So I can't really talk about what he does throughout the game for Real Betis, but because I don't watch the entire games, I just watch the snippets of the goals he scores. And so he plays on the right, and his favorite goal and his favorite move on his favorite foot is he always cuts back inside while on the right side and then curls it in with his left foot. And he does this over and over again for all his goals, and it works. And I just don't get it. Why does it keep working? Because it's always usually in the top left corner of the goal post of the goal, which is the goalie's right corner. And I just don't get it. I mean, what do they see on film? Because this is what he does, and this is what he does all the time. Because as soon as you see him receive the ball, be assured that this is what he's going to do. He's going to do a shimmy and then cut back inside and then curl it with his left foot, and he's going for that top corner. So let's take the two main people who are responsible for defending him. First, let's talk about the goalkeeper. Where do you think he's going to score? So he's either going to curl it in to the top right hand corner or the top or the bottom right hand corner. Those are the only two places he can score. Have you ever seen, possibly maybe sometimes, has he put his foot through the ball, through the laces? I don't remember. He always comes in and he curls it with the inside of his foot into the top corner. And for some reason the goalies are always shocked. Oh my, how did this happen? So when you see him with the ball, either he's going to be blocked and he's going to bring it back and move it around back into the center, or he's going to curl it, and he's going to curl it into that top corner. So as a goalie, I would think that you would cheat a little bit and move towards your right a little bit more towards that corner, just so that you're not shocked when it happens. And unfortunately, today's goal is exactly the same thing which I've been seeing the entire half season he spent with La Liga, and they love him. He loves them. No hate. Hope he gets bought by them or somebody else, and hope he does well. But I just don't get it why they don't. Why first the goalie doesn't do that? And even if the goalie doesn't do that, let's talk about some of the defenders. Let's say he's getting man marked, and I mean, I've played football, but I haven't played a lot of football, so take my opinion with a grain of salt. But after watching him for 2 years, I just know that he's just one-footed. His right foot is just so that he can use his left foot while running. I mean, I've seen him use it a few times, but I mean, I can count them with the fingers on my hand. So as a defender, instead of standing in front of him and being worried whether he's going to go outside, which he never does, because it will then take him onto his weaker right foot, instead he shimmies, you get sucked outside, and then he goes in and he curls it in. And again, there are many great right wingers, and so I'm not suggesting this would work with everybody. Maybe just Antony, maybe not with anybody. But instead of facing him, get to his side. Get to his left side. So basically your right hip is aligned with his left hip, and so you're basically creating an obstruction to him. So you're essentially giving him a lane. Hey, you have the ball. Go ahead. Go straight. Let's see what you can do. And what does he do? He maybe takes a few steps, hoping that you would go forward, and then he would cut back in. But if you just eliminate the cutback, what can he do? Can he just run past? I mean, he's a quick player, but does he have the ability to run quickly with the ball and then cross it with his right foot across the goal? I haven't seen it a lot. I've seen very little. He always favors his left foot, and his right foot is basically for any crosses which comes from the other side and it happens to find him, he's able to put his foot through it. Even that, I think I've seen him using is the inside of his foot, not as with the laces or with like an L shape where he goes across. And so that's what I would do as a defender. Instead of putting your back towards the goal, get aligned with him. Okay, you want to race? Let's race. Go, give him the right hand side go. And he's not going to do that. He's not going to run and cross it in. I mean, if you look at Bukayo Saka, he's so good. He can either cross it with his right leg or his left leg, and so as a defender, you don't know what to do. He can either cut back and either square it to somebody inside, or he can shimmy and go past you immediately and then cross it in straight across goal. And I just don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe it's easier while watching than easier to do. But then I saw it in the Premier League. How many times do you see him coming inside? And he keeps trying to come inside, and it usually gets blocked. And sometimes he does get it in, but that's because he had to put an extra curl into it, and so it misses the corner altogether. But he has all the right hand space next to him, but he never chooses to go to that side and either cross it in with his weaker right foot or try to do it. I mean, he used to do the twirl. He stopped that, but he, I don't know, I don't have his stats right now, but he scored more goals than some of the big players in La Liga, even though he moved there in January for 5 months. So anyway, I mean, I wish him the best. If it works, it works. But today, when I saw on social media that he scored another goal, I knew what type of goal he scored, because that's what he does. And I saw the link and yep, that's what he did. He comes in, curls it with the inside of his left foot, and goes to the top left corner, or sometimes if he doesn't get a good touch on it, it goes to the bottom right corner, the goalie's bottom right corner. So anyway, those are my I was wondering when are defenders going to catch onto this, that he doesn't have a right foot. He just doesn't. Send him to his right foot. Make him play, especially when he's hugging the sideline. Where can he go? Don't let him cut back inside. Let him run down the channel. Let's see what he does. So hopefully next time I see his goal, there's something new. Maybe he comes and cuts inside and he smashes it with his laces and it goes to the other corner. And so maybe the goalie who has been listening to me has been cheating to his right, the goalie's right, to the Antony's left. And instead Antony goes to his right, to his own right hand. Or maybe in the future, I don't know, because when Man United had him, this is what we saw. He kept trying to cut in. The defenders caught on. They eliminated it. So basically, he was an outlet where you would send him the ball. He would do some kind of tricks, but then again, he would have to recycle it, go back either to one of the wing backs or one of the midfielders inside, and he just couldn't do anything. And we even tried to use him as a wing back and send him to the other side, but he was so much of a forward person that he wouldn't run the channel. So I'm guessing he's most, I might live to regret these words, but maybe he's more like a sports car than who has elite speed but just cannot go up and down. So that's why he's up on the right side. But I'm just wondering when I'm going to see one of his goals which look completely different, but they all seem to be the same thing. And I'm just wondering how maybe he's really good, and maybe La Liga just opens it up for him. Who knows? Anyway, until his next goal, let's see what happens.